Okay, we're back. Salutations and greetings. Welcome to the latest episode of The Noisy Background. We're here with your host, me, Jacoby, and your co-hosts, Fiscus, Joe. And we have a special guest with us today, Oliver.
This is by far the weirdest introduction I've ever seen because I didn't expect you to repeat everything
Yeah,
after this
okay,
podcast for the first time. But again, yeah, I'm here.
okay. So for a little bit of context, I I recorded the intro bit beforehand, but my Discord crashed, so we have to do this part again. And I just said pretty much word for word what I said before. uh, yeah, I'm not very creative.
Yeah, I could tell, but it's okay. We move on regardless.
Yes, we
Yes, we
do.
must march.
Yes, we do. So um, we actually had another episode before this, but this software we used to record was really buggy. So unfortunately, I had to scrap that. Although a couple of you might have seen it, I apologize for really bad audio quality. But moved back. We moved back to the system we're using before, and hopefully this is much better. So just doing a little house cleaning before we start the podcast.
Oh yeah, and Happy New Year's. Remember, don't forget that.
Oh yes. 2020 is over. As of recording this, it's like the second. So we have a new year upon us. Yeah, happy new year. Hope you uh, hope you made it to 2021 well.
The survivors of 2020.
Yeah, you have a story to go tell your kids. You know how yeah, you know how our
Like how our
parents.
grandparents survived the wars, now we survived the pandemic.
Exactly. This is what we'll use to torture our children. We'll be like, yo, hand me that remote, man. I survived a pandemic. Okay, give. We're gonna complain to our children.
I nearly died. I couldn't breathe.
I had to
Don't be that
spend
old man.
had to spend the whole time watching Netflix. It was so sad.
I bet Bonnie will be one of those people who are like, oh yeah, when he's 50 or 60 years old and his grandchild has a scratch on the floor, it's like, you're crying over that. In 2020, we had a pandemic and we survived it. What's that scratch about?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially just as the year was ending, like on 31st, at around like 10 a.m. here, I found this show on Netflix called Death to 2020, and it's goddamn hilarious. Like, uh,
Called
it's
what?
it's called Death to 2020, and it's on Netflix.
That's to 2020.
Yes, Death to 2020,
Oh wow. Okay, I'll have to go and look for it.
and it has Samuel L. Jackson and a whole bunch of people, and they just look over the year and how shit it was, and all the crazy stuff that happened, but they take it in such it's so full of sarcasm and irony, and it's so funny. And I kept thinking as I'm watching it, like a couple years down the line, because Netflix is like notorious for documentaries, some nigga's gonna find this and think it's an actual, like, legitimate, accurate account of what happened
Documentary.
in 2020. They're gonna be like, holy shit, what the fuck? So uh, But yeah,
if you discovered something that wasn't entirely crazy and like me, who quite literally discovered naked attraction in the middle of the night
yeah.
and was too curious to see one episode, and I'm still scarred for life after seeing that thing. I didn't even finish one episode.
You said that before we started. Like, Naked Attraction. It's a show I've never actually heard of, but somehow both of you guys know about it.
Right.
I saw a joke about it last night on Facebook on some random stand-up comedian's gig or something. That's the only reason I know about it. I would have never known.
Oh wait,
Joel, how do you know about it?
It's on. Alright. So like, it's on one of the major channels that I usually watch, Channel 4. So it pops up when it was a seasonal thing. It popped up there a couple days in the week. So I just happened to peruse through and find it.
Yeah, I'm quite curious to find out what part exactly did you find it at? Did you watch from the very beginning, or did you just suddenly find naked people standing on screen?
Right. Before we get on to that, let me explain to Bonnie and the rest about naked attraction.
Yeah, I should probably explain what naked attraction is to the rest of us, because I'm just here like, what are these guys talking about?
So, naked attraction is practically is a TV series and a dating game show where like there'll be one clothed person and like a number of naked people, right? You just from like the feet up, you don't really see like their faces, or at least the episodes I watched, and then like the clothed person is practically choosing the person he or she likes through the view, and like
The view.
and it's literally just like it's like it is literally just choosing the person you like through seeing their naked body. And
That
amazingly, this
sounds-
show has 6 seasons. No understanding, but it has 6 seasons.
6 seasons. Like, people liked it
That's the
so much
basic.
that they made 6 seasons of random people choosing other random people solely out of their naked body.
Yeah, but that was the basic overview. I actually sat down and watched at least one group of blah blah blah. I'm looking for a nice, caring boyfriend I can share my love with and everything. And the host is like, "Oh, that's nice. So we're gonna disregard everything you've just said. Now you're gonna choose someone you want to date based solely on what you see." So there are 6 naked people just standing in random colored tubes, and the tube just goes up after every round. Then the lady has to like cut some guy off, depending on like whether or not she likes him. So after you get cut off, the cover rises fully. Then the host is like, "So this is Brandon. He's 26. He works as a supervisor at Oxford Bakery." And I'm like, "Not anymore. You're not gonna go back to that job, I assure you."
Yeah,
Then they go backstage.
How do you go back? You just got doxxed.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What?
I'm saying, how do you go back? You just got doxxed. Like, you'll just be sitting in the office, and like your boss walks
Like,
by.
everyone sees you.
Your boss walks by.
I
It's
can't
like,
realize that.
yeah, nice shave down there. God damn it, man.
Yeah, I came to realize that the episodes aren't aired almost immediately, but I'll get to that part. So, like, the first round, it goes from your feet to your waist. Then the second round, it shows up to your neck. The third round, they'll show your face. The fourth round, now they get to hear your voice. If by the end of the fourth round, there are 2 guys left, and then the person choosing, then the host is like, "Okay, now to make things even more bonkers, they get to see you naked, so go take off your clothes and come back." And I'm like, "What the hell?" So now, when she comes back, the 2 contestants start commenting on her body. Then the host is like, "Okay, based on what everything you've had, who do you want to go on a first date with?" Like, it's just so random. Then
What?
the camera crew follows you on your first date that happens that same day. then they follow back on you for like after a whole month to see how your guys are faring on. Like,
How?
imagine
Ima-
why anyone would actually want to do this, like for a living. Just
Like,
pop up one day and you're just in the nude on TV.
explain.
Live, not even live TV, cable TV, as Joel said. It was just so random. Like, why?
Imagine explaining this to your children. Like, oh yeah, how did daddy and mommy meet? Um, see,
Exactly.
it was complicated. Okay, it was a complicated time. God damn it, man. See, this is what I
the way
feel.
everyone just chooses,
Yeah.
it's just so creepy.
Well, I can imagine. Like, what do you actually say? Like, how do you like? Like, you'll be like, he has good calves, or
Like that's literally what they said. She's like, oh, I like this one. He's super hairy. Oh, he looks like he's a grower, but I don't know. Like the moment she said that, I'm like, like serious? Like I'm still in shock. And then the weirdest thing is that thing lasts for like a whole hour, and it's usually like 2 rounds of 2 different groups of contestants. I couldn't watch the second one. It just sounded so awkward because the main reason I stopped at halfway was because when I had the next round, the guy who was choosing was some trans guy who didn't finish their operation, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see that. It's okay.
man, it sounds. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but like, I feel like that's how cable TV has become. Because like they had this, like all like they like putting shows or like things to do with like relationships on cable TV. Like I saw like the TLC 90-day wedding thing, where like they bring in people who've been dating online, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna like sponsor you guys to meet, and then so like for instance, like they'll bring like some chick from Brazil who was dating a random rich dude in US. So like they'd pay for her to go, and then like she'd stay with him, and like they'd get married for 90 days. So and then like
And then what? They get divorced at the end.
no, you see, so like the whole thing is like it's a test run kind of. So like they're supposed to because they've been dating for a while, like online. They've been online dating. So it's supposed to like how these relationships work out. It's supposed to show how these relationships are supposed to work out, and like you can find love anywhere. But it ends up being just like another completely dramatic show, because like the people they choose, man, they just so like this guy had this chick from like an Asian country, I can't remember which one, come over to US, and she was like very clearly in it for the money. And then there was like all this drama between her and like the family. It ended up with a guy in jail actually, because he got into like debt, and he started selling shit to pay for his quote unquote wife's escapades. So like it's just so random, and like I don't know. I feel like it's weird how we take this kinds of shit as entertainment, because it's just, like just if you have time, just look up 90 Day Fiance episodes, or snippets of them on YouTube or something, because they're like goddamn hilarious. Like you just find the most random
memes for it.
Yeah.
I've seen a meme for the guy that looks like he has no neck. I didn't understand exactly what it was, but someone told me where he was from, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah. God damn it, he put mayo on his hair. What the hell, man?
Yeah. Oh, that shampoo.
Mayo on your hair. Yeah, he put like mayo on his hair as gel.
Yeah, that reminds me of that day I was watching Ed and Eddie that way back when I found out Ed, the yellow one, bathes in gravy, and I'm like, ugh.
that actually Ed is like a perfect. Oh, he is called Ed. The guy
Yeah,
with
he's
no neck.
Ed.
The guy with no neck is actually called Ed. So
Seriously.
yeah, I think I think his name is Ed. If I'm not mistaken. uh, but yeah,
What
like,
happened to the old good shows?
yeah, we used to have really fun shows as kids. Like like it's only now that you appreciate them because all the shows currently are shit. But
Uh,
Yeah, especially
I guess that's true for any generation. I'm pretty sure
I
like
don't know about that. I don't know about that. Saying all shows are shit. That one is
not all
debatable.
shows, not all shows, like most shows. There are a couple good ones, obviously.
I don't know. Like it depends on you. Like what shows are we talking about? Western, Eastern?
Okay, well you see, well like at least for me and Kibe, our shows are different because you grew up watching anime, and so
Exactly.
yeah. So for Kibe and I, we mean like the really old cartoons we grew up with, like Courage, Cowardly Dog, uh,
it's like no.
yeah, Kids Next Door, like those kinds of shows for us. Of course, anime keeps getting better, questionably, but still. So there's
By the way, what are the new cartoons along the West? Um,
I
I'm saying that when I'm in the UK.
New
I
cartoons along the West. I haven't seen any. I haven't sat down and watched any new one except Lion Guard with my cousins, and
oh my
I just
god,
hated it.
yeah,
But I saw the reboot for Powerpuff Girls. I can say it wasn't entirely bad. The graphics were an improvement. At least they didn't look like they were made from like flat pieces of paper. There was a 3D look to them,
like
but the
Ben 10.
storyline didn't make any sense. Then we have Ben 10, who just looks terrible. Like Stingfly looks like a butterfly.
There's
That was a huge downgrade, honestly.
there's one good show I found, but I don't think it's on any like Cartoon Network. I found it on Netflix. It's called The Dragon Prince, and I was like, this show is actually really good. It only has 2 seasons currently, so but it gave me such like childhood vibes, and I really wanted to know why, and then I realized one of the producers of the show is called Aaron Ehaz. He worked on The Last Airbender. He worked on Avatar, so I was like, oh, that's why it feels so it feels so good to me. So it has so much childhood vibes, and it's actually pretty good. I'd recommend it to anyone, and it has a lot of references to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and weirdly enough, Avatar also has references, like they include some Easter eggs. So it's pretty interesting.
I just hope it won't get banned in Kenya the way Legend of Korra was banned for something that wasn't even seen on screen. Like, this, whoever is in charge of broadcasting in Kenya heard that Korra and Asami were a couple in the comics, and he's like, you know what? No, we're not showing this to our kids. So they wound up banning all versions of Avatar, and that really sucked, honestly. That broke my heart when I heard that.
Yeah.
All versions.
Yeah, you see,
When was the last time you guys have seen Avatar? Especially Bonnie, when was the last time you had seen it?
no, I rewatched it like a month ago, or a month and a half ago.
Yeah, you rewatched it. Now,
Yeah.
why did you rewatch it?
Cause it was like there's a lot of hype on it coming to Netflix, so I just ended up rewatching it.
VPN.
Yeah, of course VPN, because my country is, my country.
Exactly, that's the issue. Like, you can't find things like these laws. They didn't make any sense for the whole LGBT thing in Kenya, because the dumbest reasons you'll find that you can't watch some things. Like,
Oh yeah,
there's nothing very explicit about it. Just a very slight reference is just enough to get it out of the screens here. Like I only like you can't find onwards on any screen or Loud House for an episode that was already pre-censored. It wasn't even seen. It was talked about online. It wasn't even seen in Kenya, but it got banned anyway.
The thing about Korra, even it happened like the thing with Asami. It happened at the last scene of the last episode. It was like one of the
And the
last
thing is,
things
it
that
didn't
was
even happen
created.
there. It happened in the books. There was nothing
Yeah, actually,
remotely romantic going on there.
technically, in the end, they just held hands and left.
Exactly.
But anyway, in most African countries, like we're still behind on the whole LGBTQ community thing. Because actually, I think we might have talked about this when we're talking about when you had the whole trans thing. But yeah, we like the countries around here aren't as accepting of those communities as Western countries, I guess. 'Cause
Yeah, it'll take a while before we get there.
I heard that story from like was it Uganda or Rwanda? One of those two countries, I can't remember which. Um, a gay couple were sentenced to prison, and they were told like they'll only be released if one of them gets pregnant. And like,
Yeah, that was Uganda.
oh yeah, it was Uganda. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's and there's that video of the Ugandan. Is he a prime minister or just a minister talking about why uh why homosexuality is illegal. Yeah, have you seen it? And it's so utterly like wrong in terms of like the facts that he stated. And I think I don't know. It's just a major. I think okay as well because it's deep rooted in our culture, and people don't like change. At least the older generations, like at least the younger generations, seem to be more accepting.
Not even everyone is the younger generation. We are slowly getting there. It will be the next generation that will be more accepting, not us.
But yeah, probably. But like where, because yeah, there's people who still feel really strongly about this stuff. But
Yeah.
at least this generation is at least more lenient than the previous one. Like now,
Yeah, I guess so.
it's not really you can have a bunch of friends who are gay and it's not such a big deal. But like for our parents, because it's seen as such negativity. Like our parents just would not have that shit. Like you can have a friend who's gay, but you can never tell your parents about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like you
Yeah, I get it.
you are fine with it, but like your parents would freak out. They'll be like, no, don't, because for some dumb reason they think like, oh, you'll get infected. But yeah,
But it's like they're talking about cooties.
yeah. Because actually, I had this conversation as well with like a friend of my sister's. She'd come over for dinner. She was like showing videos of um kids in the West and how the parents let them dress up however they want, and it was about this mom who let her kid put on a dress because she wanted to put on a dress. It was just that simple. So she was like, "Yeah, you know what? You wanna wear a dress? That's your problem. You wear a dress." Oh, so and then my friend sister is like, you see, this is the issue. This is why people become, homosexuals. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. It's not like, oh, you wear a dress, boom, you're homo. Your entire sexuality changes instantly. Like, I don't know. I think this is primarily because of like information, the fact that we don't have a lot of like
That's
what's
funny, man. If clothing could determine your sexuality.
Yeah, man. Just imagine that.
So what if I wear gangster clothes? I'm a gangster now. Okay.
Yeah. You would be. You would be. The police would be like, you see that hoodie and you're black. Yeah, you definitely gangster.
So what if I wear a jumpsuit? I'm insane now. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And if you wear, like, what's the whitest thing you can wear? Suspenders, like
Uh,
suspenders, and like a suit. You're like,
just go full on white.
yeah, just go. They'll just be like, I see you, Mr. Smith. If only. But yeah, I feel like because actually, like the main reason I feel like like us as this generation and the future generation will have an easier time or a better time dealing with this is because of information. Like the fact that we have information so readily available and we can learn about this shit, as like because previous generations didn't have that opportunity. They couldn't like go on the internet and read up on this stuff. So they just had what they were told, which is if this is wrong, this is wrong. Boss will be like, yeah, okay, we'll look up on it, we'll see different opinions, and then you'll formulate your own um, opinions on the matter as well. So, like, we'll slowly get there eventually.
But man,
Yeah, the
if
way
there's
you
one thing I'm jealous of when it comes to the other sexuality, they got flags. I haven't seen a straight flag, a flag for a straight person yet.
what
I've seen,
exactly would a straight flag be? A straight
Yeah,
line?
yeah, what would
I
be a
don't know.
straight flag?
I've seen flags for gays, flags for pansexuals. It's like, yo, where's the flag for the straight people, yo?
Why do straight people need a flag, though?
Hey man, it's like it's more of a case where like don't leave us out, right?
This is
What
like,
exactly would the flag be then? Some white background with some red line or something.
but like, see, the majority of people, like, the like majority of the world population is straight. So like, you're not really being left out if you're the majority. You know what I mean?
Not in that, in terms of having a flag. They got days, man. Days, gay day, days, pansexual day, and all that things,
So
bro.
you want a straight day.
I don't want a straight day. I just want a straight flag. I'm not asking for that one.
It's not that hard. Just go on MS Paint, make up a flag, post it on Twitter, get a lot of hate, take it down, apologize, and then move on. That's
Hate from what? Being straight.
pretty much. Uh,
Twitter is just like a landmine where
yeah,
anything can happen, and then you find weird debates. So yeah, you can get hate for just being straight.
fucking everyone gets offended on Twitter. Or you're black, you're not black enough. Or you're straight, nah, you're not straight. You need to be gay. Or you're gay and black. Oh no, are you like? But you're not trans. You see, like I don't know. Twitter's a landmine for everything. Like everyone will get offended on Twitter for everything. Literally everything. I've seen heated conversations on Twitter about almond milk. Bloody almond milk. Entire like 42 threads about people get pissed. I don't know. Twitter culture is weird.
It's not just Twitter culture that's bad. Twitter is okay on its own. It's the Kenyans on Twitter that are the problem. The things I have seen on that platform, they're just insane.
Ah,
Like, Kenyans have no shame. I think we're even put by WHO as one of the worst cyberbullies in the world. And then Tanzanians are like, they're not even bad at all. They're like the best. Kind of, something like that.
how? Well, like, but I think it's fine. It's understandable because, like, the Tanzanians speak like the proper Swahili, and it's very hard to be annoying in Swahili. You know what I mean? Like Swahili just has a very
Yeah, I know
polite
what you
feel.
mean. Yeah, I know what you mean, but
But yeah,
still, like,
Kenyans are really horrible on Twitter. We have no choice.
Kenyans are horrible everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like, don't joke with us, we'll destroy you. It's like, speaking of Twitter, it reminds me of some random tweet I had seen, how Selena was planning on releasing an all-Spanish album sometime in the future. Then guys are like, oh wow, she flopped on Rare, now she wants to flop in Spanish too. And I'm like, was Rare really that bad of an album? Even if I haven't heard all the songs on it, was it really that bad?
I have not actually heard that album. I stopped listening a long time ago.
No, like, the way there was just so much hype around it. Because, like, I can't remember the last time she had released anything. That's the reason.
I don't know, man. The last time I saw Selena was what? She had a song with Blackpink. I can't remember what. Then that's it, man. Like, she's never been in my radar.
The album. Yeah, I don't like that.
I never follow these guys, so I don't think I've had like any album of hers recently, or even I can't even remember the last song I had. That was hers that she released.
I'm sure the last song any of you had from Selena was that one. What is it? Fetish. The one that was released when we were in high school. Wolves. Those ones. You guys are really behind, man.
Not in music, man. She's just not my type of music. I'm a rock fan, man.
Yeah,
I got
same
it.
here. So yeah, but
Yeah, I guess my rock phase kind of phased out ever since the only rock station in Kenya just suddenly disappeared one morning.
oh yeah,
So I
she
started
was
going back to
sad.
listening to the songs I started
sad.
going back to listening to the songs when I was like younger, the older versions, the older albums for Kesha, Neo, just random things from back in the day. So that's the only reason I know about Selena, because I just happened to hear about my friends talking about it. Then I went and listened to one song. That song is freaking sad. Like, everything about that album is just, I think it was just her getting over Justin or something. But basically, that's the whole point for the album. But I'd say pop music in 2020 didn't do so badly, considering like, I don't know how many artists released a whole new album last year. It was Kesha, Selena, Dua Lipa, then Miley when just near the end, and then I saw a tweet. Apparently, Justin released one right before New Year's.
Well,
Hey, man. Last time I listened to pop,
entertainment.
oh my god, you're bringing up names I forgot existed in the world.
I was so surprised to hear Kesha release an album this year.
Those are some names I've not heard in a long time. But yeah, like entertainment was huge last year. Like, well, you couldn't blame it though, because everyone was indoors, so everyone had to find a way to keep themselves entertained. But goddamn, like, man, last year, you know, a lot of people have this weird mentality, like, now that the new year's come, like everything's just gonna go away. You know what I mean? Like, all your problems just
Yeah, that's
disappear.
happening.
Yeah, it's probably not happening. But
It's not probably not happening. It's definitely not happening.
yeah, but you can't force the optimism, man. Last year was really bad. Yeah, last year we should just take
Yeah,
a,
'cause
we should just like collectively just ignore last year. Just as an entire species, we should just say it never happened and just move on.
But this year we're dealing with the aftermath, so it's like we can't ignore it.
No, it's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll say that the aftermath is the problems. And we'll just never speak about it again. Like our kid will ask later, be like, excuse me, teacher, why is there a gap in the history books at 2020? And be like, no, we don't talk about that. 2020 what? 20, no.
that year is a black year.
That year never happened. That year never happened. We just skipped. We just went straight to 2021. Yeah. The Earth just decided to skip an entire rotation.
Yeah. How in Harry Potter, Voldemort was he who must not be named. And
Yeah,
another year will be it that will not be named.
exactly. We'll pull a Voldemort on 2020. It'll be like the year that shall not be named. Yeah. Although for a lot
But
of like in a way, 2020 was also really inspiring because of all the shit that happened and still like all the ways people found to persevere. Like that, it was pretty fun. It was pretty, but like the year started off really rocky with like forest fires, like almost World War III and
World War
shit.
II, but
Yeah, like if in goddamn January we had Australia was on fire, Trump was declaring war on Iran or some shit. Like what the fuck? That was goddamn January. Oh man, but yeah, somehow we all still made it to 2021 by sheer luck, man. But also like,
it's true.
we did a lot of like cool shit in 2020 because like the whole Corona thing happened, but by the end of 2020 we were able to make a vaccine too, actually, and that's just fucking insane. We made a vaccine in under a year. Usually vaccines for shit like this take like 7 to 10 years maximum, but we made it in a year. Well, mostly because everyone was dying and we didn't have an option, but still, we couldn't wait 10 years, but still, still. But I guess it just
Yeah. Forget the details. Forget the minor details of everyone dying. That's not the point. We made a vaccine in a year.
yeah, we made a vaccine, but I guess it's also it's also because everyone was dying that we
Not just one vaccine.
yeah we made it's because everyone was dying that we had to make a vaccine. Because usually, I'm not gonna point fingers any country, but usually when viruses come out and they don't affect certain countries, people just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But this time it affected everyone, so everyone had to give a shit.
Yeah. And then the weirdest thing is, it's not just one vaccine that's been made. There's like a whole shitload of batches that are being rolled out everywhere from different companies. It's like some weird competition. Like whoever has the most effective wins a prize or something.
But
It's
it's
money.
all money, man. Because like at this point, like once a formula for the vaccine was found, the stress just ended for these companies. These companies are like, okay, we found it. How we gonna sell it now? You know, because we're humans, man. We love our paper, our little printed paper that we've put value on. So it all became about money immediately afterwards, and well, clearly because all these companies are just selling the vaccines. Oh yeah, and
Yes.
I like
Thinking about it, Joel, how's that old lady that got like the first jab in your country?
oh yeah, you guys
Oh,
have
wow.
the vaccine already, Joe.
Huh?
You guys already have the
Right.
vaccines, yeah.
Like, obviously, we've already said we have a vaccine, right? But as Boris stated, there's still a couple of testing phases that need to be checked before mass distribution, and we still don't have 100% knowledge of how that's going to be distributed.
Isn't your vaccine the Pfizer vaccine? Isn't that the same one that US are using? That the states are using?
Have it like the one US. I don't know what US is using.
I think it's the Pfizer one. US have the Pfizer and the Moderna one, but the Moderna one hasn't started distributing, or if it has, I don't know. I'm late to the story, but I think they had the Pfizer one, and because I remember reading about a whole scandal where Trump could have gotten more vaccines, but he didn't for some reason. I don't know. Something happened. I can't remember.
Trump didn't get any more. He was having a tantrum.
Well, you know, with the whole election thing, and yeah, you know. But anyway, it's understandable. He was having a bad day. It happened.
You're
But,
having a bad several weeks.
oh man.
His campaign speeches is like, I will totally accept the results of these elections if I win. He had, technically, no one should have been surprised because he had said it very clearly, like, if he loses, just know he's gonna fight it for it. But what
Um,
really made me laugh was how there was a moving truck already at the White House, even before, even before the results were announced, and Melania was busy
since
packing her makeup and leaving.
because I know we have some American listeners. Okay, if you support Donald Trump, that's fine. But for the rest of us, like the rest of the world, we were very confused when he got elected. Let's just say that. Like you know, I remember we were back in high school, right? When the elections are happening, the first ones, when he actually won.
Yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah, it was 2016, and we heard Trump was uh was a candidate, and maybe it's because we're far away, but we took it in the same like light as the way right now we're taking what's his name, Kanye, like the way Kanye is vying for presidency. Like we took it as like it's just a joke, it's a meme. So we we had the same idea for Trump, and then all of a sudden he got elected, and we're just like, what the hell is going on over there? Um,
Yeah, technically, I never even heard of him before then because I can't even remember.
I
I had no
remember
idea who this guy was.
I remember him from like an old TV show my dad used to like watching, where he was called what's it called? He just used to fire people, man. That's the only thing I remember from that show. He just used to fire people. The Apprentice. It's called The Apprentice. It was a huge show.
Oh, you're doing.
Yeah, it was a huge show, and he was just part of it. And he was like some big businessman, and he was like it's like a reality show where people like auditioned to become his apprentice or some shit. And then like if you didn't do well, he'd fire you. Yeah, so it was so weird hearing that this dude from TV who just yells "you're fired," he's vying for presidency, and then he actually got elected. I was like, oh, okay, it's weird. And then in the weeks after that, he's busy starting wars with China over Taiwan, and I was like, okay, what?
But technically, the whole world shouldn't have been surprised because you know how everyone kept making fun of. Okay, they weren't making fun of the Simpsons. They were talking about how all those old seasons are predicting the future. How some random slab of rock turned up in the desert. I didn't even understand what the hell that was about. But I saw this meme about apparently Homer was involved in some kind of civil war during whatever Biden's inauguration. So that's what I'm really waiting for now to see what that will come true.
What the fuck, man? The Simpsons just predict everything. We should have just.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the 21st of January. I'm just waiting to see what will go down over there.
Why do we even have scientists? Like scientists should just sit down in a room and just watch Simpsons and just predict the future from that. We don't need astronomy anymore. Okay, just stop looking at the stars. Just turn your telescope to the TV and watch Simpsons.
Do you remember that whole charade about, I don't even know what two planets were aligning sometime last month? And
Yeah.
the whole world was freaking out about it, and I'm like, I don't even remember what the whole thing was about. What is it called? The Great Convergence or something?
Jupiter and Saturn were supposed to line up in the sky so that like appears one dot.
That was it.
Yeah?
I barely followed up on that thing. I saw people talk about it, and I'm like, okay, two planets are aligning. I didn't even know which two planets were coming close.
It was Jupiter and Saturn. I saw it, and it's okay. It looked fine, I guess. Like it wasn't as monumental of a thing as a lot of people uh, made it out to be. Well, I guess if you had a telescope, it looked pretty cool, but still.
What was it supposed to mean?
Like, cool shit happens in the sky all the time.
Exactly. What does it mean?
It doesn't mean anything. You see, like, a lot of people. You see, like, this is the thing. Because I do astronomy, okay, which is different from astrology, before people start commenting. So I do astronomy and astrophysics. And I found, like, a lot of people just try and draw random meanings from stars and shit. It makes no sense. Like, the stars don't give a fuck. They're like, oh yeah, I'm a Sagittarius, so the stars tell me that I'm supposed to be annoyed this week. Like, that's just fucking retarded, man. Like,
Oh, you're gonna piss off a lot of horoscope fans.
well, yeah,
I know.
I know I'm gonna. I know I'm gonna. I know I'm probably. I'll get cancelled on Twitter. They're gonna find my Twitter. But still, that shit just makes no sense. Like, the stars are just bloody stars, man. It's not gonna determine how your life is gonna be. There's no abstract meaning. They're just cool shit in the sky. Just don't give them extra pressure, man. A star is just trying to do star things, man. It doesn't have time for you. It's got helium to burn, man. It's got fusion and shit to happen. But anyway,
It's just trying to burn bright as possible before it dies one day, like you.
yeah.
And that went dark real quick. Okay.
Well, to be fair, it's probably gonna outlive
But I mean,
everyone by a couple million years, but still.
What? But I felt like both of you are breaking at the same time.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying it's the stars is probably gonna outlive everyone by a couple million years. So,
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it
I mean,
will.
the only thing I really care about when it comes to all this is like, oh, I was born under this star. That's nifty. I've never really cared about anything else.
yeah, you see, I'd rather.
Imagine if horoscopes just disappeared, like all these guys interested in this they just disappeared one day. Like, no one would ever remember these things, like, ever.
Well, yeah, no one would have to, because they're not important. That's gonna piss a lot of people off, I know. Oh my god, I can see it now. There's so many people base their whole lives and shit on this. Like, you read the paper and, like, you see your horoscope, and it just determines your whole mood for the day. Like, and a lot of these things, a lot of these horoscopes, they're just goddamn, like, panderism. Like, they just say things that can apply to everyone. Like, they'll be like,
Yeah,
oh,
like fortune cookies.
yeah, they'll just be like, oh, you're having what's it called? You're having a bad week, but you will get better. Like, majority of people are probably gonna have a bad week. And then,
Yeah, it reminds me of a time I went to a Chinese restaurant when I was really young with my parents. Then I took my first fortune cookie, I cracked it open. Then they were telling me how I'm gonna get money for my water bill. And I'm, what? I was a kid. Two, I live in a place with a borehole in my place, so I don't need any water bill or anything. We actually have water just around.
see, exactly. See, I was just about to compare it to a goddamn fortune cookie. Like, horoscopes and fortune cookies they're basically the same. Be like, oh, the fifth star in your star system is aligning with some random dust clouds in the sky. You're gonna get laid. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. And who the fuck comes up with this shit? Like, who are these people who look at the stars and determine what's gonna happen? They'll be like, oh, yeah, that star moved a couple inches. Yeah, okay. Some hair's gonna grow back. You know, like, what's the science behind? Like, what's the logic behind this? Is there like a chart somewhere? Is there like a hidden chart in like a temple that like this means this. It's just random people saying random shit.
Yeah, it's like how, like, at the end of, I don't know how many years the world is constantly ending. It began with 2012, then the year that shall not be mentioned. God knows when the next one will be.
I remember the 2012 one. It was even before that. It was the year 2000 because they were like, "Oh, our computers can't count to the new year. We're gonna have an economic crisis. The stock market's gonna crash. All the computers are gonna die. We're gonna end of the world." And then nothing happened. And then 2012, they were like, "Oh yeah, the Mayan calendar is over," and maybe there was like a whole shit, and everyone was claiming, "Oh, the Mayan calendar ends in 2012." And like that means we're all gonna die. I'm like, fucking hell. The Mayans were thousands, like they were so thousands of years old. Like, what if they just got tired? They're like, it's 2012. Well, we won't need any more than that. We'll update it later. like they literally made a calendar thousands of years in advance. Like they probably just got tired and left that shit alone. But everyone's like, no, no, no. It means the world's gonna end. It means like, no, they probably didn't need any more calendars. Plus, they all died out anyway, so probably. Oh. But yeah, I feel like everyone claims it's the end of the world, like pretty much every single year these days. Like, there's always be something like, "Oh, no, it's the end of the world." Every couple of years, it's just an end of the world scare. Although, to be fair, 2020, the year that shall, oh god damn it, I named it. The year that shall not be named came pretty close. It came pretty close.
It tried its best.
It tried its best. It tried its best because I remember at the beginning of 2020, when there was talk of like a World War III and shit and the forest fires. I remember having a discussion and I was like, now you know how much shit needs to go wrong before the world ends. Like it's not just a war. Like we need more than just a war. And then Corona came and shit. I was like, oh fuck, I spoke too soon. I was like, legitimately, if things were a little different, like could you imagine if a war actually started and then Corona hit? Like, no, yeah, we'd be fucked. Economies,
Yeah, that would be really bad.
because you'd have like even now, world economies are taking a hit, like a massive hit, and that's just because of COVID. Like, put a war on top of that, and you know what wars do to economies? Like, just people just run out of money so fucking easily, and then depression sets in, and then there's a fucking disease killing everyone, and like nah, that would probably
Then
not.
the random murderous hornets and locusts that eat your food.
Yeah, fucking
Was
locusts.
there any other weird thing in Australia? Okay, technically, I think that was
The
like Australia
spiders,
was
man.
like, yeah, they're weak. Like we have these things like every other season.
The fucking spiders and shit. Yeah, okay. Here in Africa, we're kind of used to it, but still.
Wait, the Hornets were in America, right? The
Yeah,
East Coast or the West
In
Coast?
America,
we got
no one was
locusts.
affected by them, just the Americans.
Oh yeah, and they used that shit.
Joel?
I remember. I remember when that shit started happening in America. They were like, "Oh yeah, this is what are they called? Like the new pastors, all of them, the new Christians. They were just like, yeah, this is the end of the world. Yeah, God has passed His righteous judgment. America is doomed. God's gonna destroy the world because of America's sins." I'm like, okay, sure. Feeling very entitled, as usual.
Man,
The thing I never truly understood about the hornets, I'm like, is there anything particularly special about them that's so different from the others?
They just dislike people more. think that's the only thing. They just actively dislike people. Like normal hornets are just like, we won't bother you if you don't bother us. But murderous hornets are just like, fuck you. I think that's the difference.
And it felt like they literally lasted for like a few weeks. I saw them on memes, and then they just disappeared. They were never seen again. Like,
Well, COVID was the bigger issue.
Yeah, they're probably
yeah,
still
there's that.
alive.
But still, like, okay, even for us, the locusts were a huge issue. Like, there was even a second wave very recently, like in December. Like, I don't know what happened. Suddenly, like a bunch of eggs hatched somewhere in the northern parts of Kenya. Now they were migrating, and now everyone was panicking all over again. I think I left them when they were migrating. I don't know. I haven't followed up on that story though.
I think like it's all about media. Because, like, if it gets more screen time, you'll just assume that the other problem has gone away, even if it hasn't. So, like, COVID happened, and we just assumed all the other problems went away. And COVID was the only thing we're dealing with because that's what we saw everywhere. Even if the other problems are still lurking in the background. It's just because, like, the bigger issues got a shit ton more, like, media coverage.
Do you remember how, like, every single day our Ministry of Health would give those numbers, like an update, like a live update every single time?
Yeah, we get.
Then it got to a point they're like, you know what, here's just the numbers. Just go tell the people however you want to tell them.
Yeah, so at the beginning, and that's how I feel like, because it got repetitive, and I feel like it got repetitive not just here, but everywhere else. Like in the beginning, we'd get daily briefings, and everyone would watch. Like everyone would sit down and watch the daily briefings and see how many number of cases are there, and see where the number of cases are highly concentrated, and people would take steps. And then after a while, people just didn't give a shit anymore. They're just like, yeah, okay, fine, COVID's happening. I'm not gonna watch the news briefing. I'll just put on my mask and go out like normal.
But there's this time when the first wave had subsided, everyone was like, yay, it's gone. I went out to go buy a video game, and I felt like I was the only one who put on a mask at that time. Like it was just jarring. Like I knew bad things are gonna happen since my sister's a doctor and all, and we kept having these conversations. I'm like, yeah, let me just sit down and let me just sit tight and wait. But remember at the beginning of this whole thing how toilet paper ran out? Like it was so weird.
Yeah, I remember. Everyone bought toilet paper, which it's such a weird thing to like stock up on. Like how are you stocking up for like the end of the world and the first thing that crosses your mind is toilet paper? I'd think like food, like canned food or like water, but like a lot of people just thought, oh shit, I need toilet paper, man, for some fucking reason. So yeah, toilet paper got ran out pretty quickly. But then there were all these people going around and like there were all these people going around and being like, Corona isn't real. Like have you met these kind of people who are like, nah, it's just fake, and it's like, huh? Like, do we not live on the same planet? I don't understand this, and it's not just here. It's like in almost every country. There are just people who just don't believe it's real, and you're like, so the United Nations just had a meeting in secret, and they were like, you know what the world needs right now? Fucking coronavirus to just fuck up all the economies. Like that's pretty much what they're suggesting if the whole world is faking it.
Yeah,
Well,
I
man,
feel like we need. Joe, continue.
No, I was just saying, like, there are always people who are there who are like, until they get it or they see it, they won't believe it.
Yeah, that was the mentality of like every Kenyan. That like, I haven't seen anyone with it. My neighbor hasn't gotten it. Why does it actually exist or anything? And then it got to a point where it was seen everywhere. Well, there was a time I remember some guy had, I don't know what happened, but there was some scare in the CBD here, where some guy had passed on in a bus or something. I can't remember what happened. I think he suddenly couldn't breathe and then he just died. Then everyone in that bus panicked.
Yeah,
Then before
reality.
before I told you. Before I told George to continue, I said we needed an American for this thing because I still fail to understand why they ran out of toilet paper. Because I remember when the ministry here in Kenya announced the first case, everyone went to buy like disinfectants, sanitizers, wet wipes. Things that would actually make sense. Of course, like, it was stupid how they were hoarding it.
Yeah.
What they bought made sense.
Yeah, I don't know how you ran out of toilet. Like we do actually. Oh, we should get Justin. We should get Justin on to explain to us what the hell America was doing back then. But then as well, because then like you'll find people who refuse Israel, and then you'll find these people who refuse to like put on masks and shit, or you'll find because recently with the whole vaccines, there have been a bunch of people who are like the anti-vaxxers have come back and be like, yeah, we're not gonna take the corona vaccine because it was made in a lab and shit that's made in a lab is bad for you. And I was having this conversation with George, and we were talking about like how if we were world governments, how we would respond to people like that. And he's like, oh, we should do awareness and like show people that this thing's actually helps. And I was like, you know what? Nah, just leave them. This is natural selection playing out. Okay, we don't. This is natural selection playing out. You don't have the vaccine, fine, don't take it. We won't force you. You know, you can go off and die. I feel like that's still gonna offend someone. There's gonna be one anti-vaxxer listening to this going absolutely bonkers.
Every podcast at this point has offended someone. There's no need to get touchy.
Yeah, with every single one of our podcasts, I'm pretty sure we've offended people. We've not had a clean break, so why start now?
We're counting on you haters to continue hating, man. As hey, we like.
Yep. Please hate and then listen to the next podcast so you can hate on that one too. Yeah, but at the same time you'll be giving us, you'll be giving us some listening time. So thank you.
But man, have you ever realized it's usually the haters who are more keen to listen than the likers? And that's what amazes me.
Yeah, pretty much. But then, like, also, in a weird way, haters, they end up giving you more publicity. Like, they'll end up promoting you even more than, like, your regular viewers. It's just
true.
Yeah, because, like, they'll be like, oh my god, this guy said this, and then people who've never heard of you will be like, who is that guy? And then they'll go watch and they'll be like, oh, he's pretty cool. It's like the PewDiePie thing where he entered like some controversy where he was tricked on stream to say nigger. I can say nigger because I'm black. Fuck you. Before people start being like, yo, this guy. So he got tricked by some like his viewers spelled out something and then he said it, and it's like you know how you can say you can like write a name that when you say it out loud it sounds like nigger but it's not intuitive. So like if you're doing something and you don't pay attention you'll just say it. So he got tricked to say that, and oh my, like everyone wanted to cancel him. They're like, oh, he did this, and his channel just shot up in subscribers. Because everyone just came and be like, yo, who is this guy, man?
Yeah.
He just got a huge boost.
Yeah, I think that's also how I heard about PewDiePie. Then it also reminds me of how last year, I don't know what happened for some guys for Panic at the Disco, apparently there was some allegations that had popped up every year concerning like Brandon and one of his bodyguards. Then till date, like it's only like the haters that talk more about it every single day. Like they are the ones that actually spreading popularity for Panic instead of the actual fans.
Yeah,
Like even me when I'm on Twitter, I barely talk about Panic, but the thing that I see just solely because of that he gets so much popularity because of it. Okay, obviously the popularity sucks in that light, but it's still popularity.
but
No, I
you
mean
know, mostly,
publicity.
yeah, mostly
This is such a hard language.
any publicity is good publicity because like now
Yeah.
people will get to like they'll be like, yeah, so who is this guy? And then if they happen to look you up, and most of the time most of these things are just blown out of proportion or taken out of context. Like that's that actually like majority because that's what happens. A lot of these things, and especially maybe because I'm big like I watch it. Maybe I watch too much YouTube, but a lot of this like YouTube drama is mostly just shit taken out of context or stuff that is just
It is
blatantly
really.
incorrect. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It reminds me of Rita Skeeter.
of what?
What's that?
Okay, we'll just look at the podcast later to hear what Bon Bon was saying because I have no idea what the hell you were saying. But I was saying like how things taken out of context reminds me of how Rita Skeeter and Harry Potter just ruined everyone's lives until she was blackmailed out of work.
Oh, JK.
Wait, what? Peter Skeeters? Wait, what was that again? Oh, I can't remember that.
Oh, it was Goblet of Fire, where some random reporter was taking the most obscure things and turning it into a whole scandal. Her name was Rita Skeeter. Like, that was actually the dumbest
Rita
name I've ever had in retrospect.
Yeah, I got what you mean. But yeah, anyway, actually, it was even the same thing with JK when she came out and be like, "Your Dumbledore is gay," and all this Hermione's black, all this shit. It was bad press for her, but like people started reading Harry Potter again and watching the
Yeah.
movies.
First of all, I don't even understand where the whole Dumbledore is gay thing came up.
It started.
Like, when I heard about these controversies, like I had just started reading Harry Potter and then watching the movie side by side. So I finished everything totally. Okay, I didn't read the Quidditch book thing because I felt like that was just too much for me. So I got to the original books plus the play, the book for short stories and Fantastic Beasts, and I didn't understand how you got Dumbledore was gay from all of that. I totally didn't see it.
It was from the Fantastic Beasts because I think like in an interview she was asked those because like what's the villains from Fantastic Beasts, Grindelwald or something. So like
I haven't watched Fantastic Beasts yet. I'm gonna do it.
okay, so the villain there was like they said he had some history with Dumbledore, and he was like they went to school together or something. They're supposed to be like rivals or whatever. So she was asked about that, and then because of the whole, it was at the time when like the whole LGBT movement thing was really huge in the West, and he was I think it was Pride Month, and as well I'm not sure, don't quote me, but they like she all these things factored in, and she was just like yeah, so Dumbledore and Grindelwald had an intense sexual relationship. So that was her.
Okay. Oh, so it was just an off the book thing.
Yeah, and then, but she was serious about it. And then later she was like, "Yo, yeah, Hermione's black." I never stated anywhere she's white, although it was actually stated. People went and found lines where she wrote her pale white skin and whatever, blah blah blah. So she was trying to make Harry Potter seem more inclusive, to pander to the newfound movement, I guess. But then in doing so, she ended up like getting herself cancelled. but in a way, it still helped her out because a lot of people ended up reading and watching Harry Potter.
Okay, I don't think that was the reason she was cancelled. I don't know what she said about the trans people that got her cancelled. I can't remember what the whole issue was, but
I,
it
I
was
remember,
basically that.
I remember her being cancelled specifically because she was changing the Harry Potter, because she was saying Dumbledore is gay and because she was saying Hermione is black, and that's why the whole meme happened of the whole the fake tweet of JK being like, I finally told my parents they're gay, you know. Or like, because I remember there was so many goddamn memes about it. Like JK was like, oh yeah, people are posting on Twitter like, oh yeah, JK told me I'm gay, so I am gay now, or stuff like that. And I feel like, if I remember correctly, I think that's why she got cancelled. Although it could have also been because of some shit she said about trans people. I'm not sure, but I feel like that was the main thing.
Yeah, that was the main issue. But I think it was also during the time guys were getting ready to film The Lost Child, because there were rumors going around that now they're gonna turn the play into the movie since all the cast members, the original cast, are old enough to be parents.
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That,
I
that
think
makes sense.
I don't know if they continued filming because of the pandemic, but I left rumors going around that they were getting ready just before it hit. I was even telling my friend how I was gonna go to the cinema to watch it, and then the worst thing happened last year was to hear that the cinema in town got, like, it didn't get enough money to keep it running, so they wound up auctioning everything. So I don't even know what's happening over there right now.
Yeah, I heard about that too. I was actually looking to go out and watch a movie with someone, and I could just not find theater that was open in town. Now in the CBD just got closed. So yeah, it's been a little rough actually.
I have so many good memories from that cinema. Actually, sucks to hear that it got closed.
Yeah, it does. But anyways, this stuff happens.
Like now, now we're just stuck at home watching Netflix. Like it's not the same,
Yeah,
honestly.
can you imagine how much money Netflix have made during this pandemic? Like, I'm sure they're very happy. Must have made actually like a lot of these. There's still people who benefited from the pandemic. Like, it wasn't bad to everyone. Streaming services got really they went up with production. YouTube, stuff like that.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Fucking if you're a sanitizer company, man, you got hella stonks. You know, you made a lot of money. If you're a toilet paper company, god damn, man, sales were through the roof.
That
Yeah,
the paper didn't do well. It didn't do well at all. Because it's because I know you think that it's just because a lot of people bought immediately it will be a good thing, but if you think about it, you bought a lot at once, so you as a buyer would have lost a lot of money in one go. So it will be the same thing for the companies. You'll get a lot of money at once, yes, but it's not gonna last.
yeah, fair enough. But still, I'm pretty sure there were still some panic buyers even in December. The people who were still buying a shit ton of stuff. So it must not have been that bad. At least they got. I'm pretty sure they got more profits than they do in a normal year. Because
I didn't get a thing, but okay.
I'm saying I'm pretty sure they got more profits than they do in a normal year, because more people were inclined to buy toilet paper. Like, even if you're someone who didn't used to buy a lot of toilet paper, you get scared and buy a shit ton more than you would have normally. You know what I mean? Like, so there's probably still like a slight profit margin.
Yeah, that profit margin lasts for like only a month. I've just drawn some quick graphs over here with a pencil, and I'm like, yeah, it only lasted for like the first boom when there was a lot of demand, and then because there was a sudden lack of supply, and there was still too much demand, you wind up making a loss.
Did you just? You said you drew a graph with a pencil.
Yeah, I do finance. I just had a pencil right now. I just do basic demand and supply curves, and I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, there's a problem.
You reminded me of this of the story on YouTube right now. There's a guy who people he's in trouble for people saying he faked a speed run for Minecraft. And
You can fake a speed run
yeah, actually, you can you can fake a speed run.
on Minecraft. Like,
Yes,
how are you
yes.
faking it?
Like people have been faking speedruns on Minecraft for a while. Like there's the classic cut where you say you're speedrunning a random seed, and then you cut the footage and speedrun a seed that you've already practiced, or you mess around with the game files. So like this dude Dream, he was accused of messing around with the game files to make certain drops more likely to occur. So his luck was literally like through the roof, and so people came out with insane graphs and shit. And then he made a response video, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I have this physicist from Harvard who's done the maths, and he said that I did not cheat." So okay, like I'm not gonna comment on whether he cheated or not, but it was really funny because he refused to name the guy. So people are making memes of like, "Oh yeah, I have a degree from Harvard, and I drew this graph, so it is more likely to get hit by a truck for like just random shit, random memes and stuff with graphs and statistics." Uh,
And speaking of games, I've been busy looking for something I can start playing, because ever since my big bro had closed down his arcade somewhere in the interior of the country, I had seen someone play Tomb Raider, the very first in the trilogy. So I wound up looking for something similar. I found Rise. Then I went back to Tomb Raider after I figured out I was playing a sequel to it. Then I finished Shadow. Now I feel so empty because I have no idea what I can play next.
play Minecraft.
What types of games do you like?
Play Minecraft. I will always recommend Minecraft to anyone.
I don't know about Minecraft because I don't want to play these online ones. Because my biggest problem is I'm not a very competitive person, so I'm not gonna do well in online things or player versus player things. Like if I'm playing things like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, I can enjoy it if I'm playing by myself, not against someone else. So I like playing things that are open world, with a lot of like fantasy and things. Because I tried playing Watch Dogs, I didn't like it because I don't know, there's just too much.
You
Yeah, there's a sense of realism behind it. I preferred Tomb Raider because of all the nonsense that was happening.
you're basically just describing Minecraft, open world fantasy. You know, pretty much anything, and you don't have to play multiplayer if you don't wanna.
So I can't. So if I'm walking around, I can't get killed by some random guy who's like, "Ooh, a noob."
No, like unless you decide to play on a server, like these you just play like you can just play single player worlds. Like you don't have to play with other people. It's not a it's not a it's not a mandatory thing. You just play by yourself. Or
But if you die to a zombie, that's your fault.
yeah, if a zombie kills you, that's you. That's on you. Or you play
That's
with
on me.
or you play with a bunch of friends because you can have private servers where it's just you and a bunch of people you know. So that's how I
I guess
prefer
that's
to play.
pretty. Yes, that could work. Because I was also trying to play Far Cry recently, but my computer didn't have the proper specs. So whenever I failed in a mission, my screen would just totally hang. I couldn't even turn off my laptop. I had to wait for the battery to die.
Wait,
So
what?
yeah, that was
God
my.
damn. That's rough.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What?
I'm saying that's rough.
Yeah, it is. It really sucks. And I thought the game was super nice. Actually, I liked it. I was enjoying myself. Then things happened. Then one of the twins told me about Devil May Cry. Then I remembered flashbacks of me playing randomly at my cousin's place. So I decided to look for the HD collection of the first three. I couldn't get past the first game. Like it was just too tricky for me because I didn't like the storyline in the sense that it was just super weird. Hang on, I'm being called by someone.
Yeah, okay. So as he figures that stuff out. Yeah, about games, like I know Joe, you'll just automatically go to Tarkov.
Taco.
So for some context, Joe's been trying to get me to play Escape from Tarkov forever for the longest time. But I'm completely against it.
Why? Why are you completely against it?
Because I don't it's not my kind of gameplay, man. It's not my kind of gameplay. Like I'm I don't know, man. I prefer Minecraft. uh it's my cup of tea, as you would say in your country.
What are you talking about? You just told me a few days ago it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I said your gameplay of it was not bad. He sent me some gameplay, some footage of himself playing. I was like, yeah, sure, fine. It's not that bad, but it's not something.
What was he playing?
He was playing Escape from Tarkov. So it's
From
like
what?
Escape from Tarkov.
Okay, I'll go look that up.
Yeah, so it's like a game where you get thrown into this map, and you can carry some stuff with you, and you go and explore, and you collect resources and shit, and then you try and leave the area without getting killed. If you get killed, all your shit stays in that area as a dead body. Um, so basically, it's like raids. You just enter the area, try and get as much loot as you can, avoid other players. If you find a dead body, loot the fuck out of it, and then just leave. Like,
It reminds me of that weird anime Joel had introduced to me before we had left high school. I can't remember what it was, the name, but it was some guys that were thrown into an island and then they were forced to kill each other using bombs. What was it called?
B2. I remember it.
The Boom.
Yeah, B2. Wasn't it called B2, Joe? If my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, me too. Or
Yeah, so everyone had
Okay.
like, specific explosives catered to them, and they had to learn how to use them to kill other people. But yeah, that's kind of what it is, very loosely.
kinda, yes. Because between you also had to collect that thing on their arm.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Their guns. Yeah? The guns and other stuff.
A gun.
So,
Oh, that's okay.
See,
That's cool, I guess.
but that's another reason I prefer Minecraft. I prefer the sword. The sword is quite the classic weapon.
like,
Sword.
I have a knife. in the taco, so I'm okay. I'm catered in the blaze section.
Oh, you should
And I also
do
got bullets.
you should do those cringy YouTube videos of like a knife only Turkov run.
Hell no.
Come on,
I'm
man.
sure he won't survive too long on that.
Hey man.
It could be ironic.
Alright, as long as you join Tarkov, is that okay?
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah, well.
You know what? Actually, I'll make you a deal. You join my Minecraft server, and I will join Tarkov.
But that means I have to get Minecraft Bedrock, right?
Yes, and I have to get Tarkov. Fair deal.
All right. Let's see how much Minecraft is here. I'm gonna buy it on podcast.
Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this now.
Hey, you made the deal. Don't stab yourself in the foot.
These are not things to do while recording a podcast.
All right. Let's see how much. Yeah.
Ollie, I'm sorry.
You guys, I'm getting enough info from this about what I can do when I'm bored.
What? I didn't hear that part.
I think it's okay. You guys just keep talking about games. I'm just gathering info on what I can play when I'm absolutely bored with nothing to do.
Okay, fair enough. Well, although we just do pretty much just debating games.
Yeah.
This is such a turn from what we normally talk about. I feel like
Yeah, that's so true.
yeah, we have like talking about like world views and religion and all this philosophy and shit, and talking about social structures and like worldview, all this stuff, and then right now we're just like, yeah, I like Minecraft. No, I like Turco.
Well, I think
So-
we should have known this was going to happen the moment we began talking about naked people at the very beginning of the show.
Yeah, I should probably.
Hey, so yeah,
Yeah,
Bonnie,
it's-
how ready are you?
Oh, okay. You're doing this now. Okay, fine.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go.
You're ready to. Okay, fine. You know, I'll also purchase Turkov on podcasts. You know, where the hell's my wallet? Get my credit card.
So that we don't backstab, because I know if this goes off podcast, will be people like, have you got any? And then we're like, someday.
Oh man, this okay. You know what? Fine.
Listen like your own game.
You have to get it from the store itself, from like their website.
Yeah, Taco. Just
Fine. I'm getting it. God damn it! The things that we do on podcasts.
hey.
So anyway, as
Yes.
this is happening, we can go back to our previous conversation.
Alright. Oh,
We were pretty much just talking about games.
games, right?
Yeah. But also, well, we kind of branched off from talking about last year and how it has been. Oh yeah, by the way, we should, we should definitely get sponsors.
And if anyone wants to sponsor, please do. Have we even left an email for this shit? You contact us from non-existing emails.
I'm pretty sure we have an email up on the homepage. So yeah, just contact us. You know, we're willing to take on some sponsors. Yeah, we'll be like, what's the most what's the sponsor you hear every single time? NordVPN. Raid Shadow Legend. Yo, Raid, man, where have you been? We'll do a sponsor. Raid, NordVPN, Honey. Okay, and ironically actually use Honey, and it's pretty good. But still, Honey, come on, sponsor. uh,
Uh, yo, Bonnie.
yeah,
We're on this. Like on Minecraft, right? There's Minecraft Java. So I assume this Minecraft Windows 10 edition is Bedrock.
yes, it is.
All right, cool.
So it's weird as well.
Why?
No. I'm just saying like the differences between Java and Bedrock. I actually prefer Bedrock, but anyway, this is not a Minecraft podcast. I'm not gonna get into that.
And I'm very inexperienced with Minecraft, so don't use me.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I could literally talk hours about that, but that's not why we're here, and we've completely forgotten about our guest. So, Ollie, Ollie, I'm sorry, we're very unprofessional.
It's okay. I'm just sitting here listening.
Yeah.
By the way, Oli, have you ever played Minecraft?
You know, I'm hearing these things from you because I haven't done. There's a lot of things I haven't done. I felt like I've been living in a rock for a very long time before I came out of my shell.
Don't worry, everyone has those moments, man. Everyone.
There's a fast time for everything.
Yeah. And I'm especially happy. I'm especially waiting to see the first time for Bonnie and Taco.
I
Wait, this is gonna be his first time.
I've never actually played Tarkov. I've just seen gameplay of it. So yeah, I'll probably record myself for that one because I'm gonna die a lot.
Stream.
Stream, yeah, maybe I'll stream.
All right, are you on the site? Cause I'm ready. I'm ready to roll.
I'm on the site, but I don't see the link.
All right, for Tarkov, you have to log in, sign up, register.
Oh, okay, fine. I have to
whichever
log in. Okay, fine. Okay, cool.
And you're lucky. There's a 25% discount at this point.
Well,
Is everything discounted at this point?
oh yeah, I see the discount. Well, yeah, actually, pretty much everything has been discounted. But like, I feel like
Especially,
games have made so much money as well. I was on Epic Store the other day, and they have discounts for pretty much almost everything. And it's understandable because they've made a shit ton of sales.
But Epic feels like the rich nigga kind of site, because they come up with free games left and right, and you're just wondering where do you cough this up?
Yeah, they like the other day they like okay, it wasn't the other day, it was quite a while ago. They had like GTA for free for a week, and it was goddamn amazing.
Exactly, like how did they? I just want to see how they were able to convince Rockstar stuff like that.
Goddamn, I don't know, magic. Well, I don't
All
think
right.
I don't think they actually had to convince Rockstar. I think they just had to pay Rockstar. I think that's how that went.
Okay, then how much money did they cost for Rockstar? Be like, yeah, a week free of charge, and not just GTA Premium.
It probably, the way I would do it is what do you mean invalidating? Okay, the way I would do it probably is whatever people usually pay, the average in a week for GTA is what they would like the average earning is what they would probably pay.
I don't know the dealing, so I'm just gonna follow you on that one.
No, I'm just assuming.
Hey, who knows what they talk behind the scenes, man?
True, true, true. Oh goddamn. Okay, now I'm getting a call. Just turn that off. Okay. So anyway, we are pretty much where we have a couple minutes left on the podcast for the recording time we have today. So we'll do all this talk of stuff later. Give me some second because I have to figure some stuff. But otherwise, yeah. Relax, we're not going anywhere. Yeah. So get back on track for a bit. Ollie. So
Yeah.
just some random questions with like the new year, because like there's all this with the new year and everyone has like what are they called, new year resolutions that last like a week. So like what's your what's your 1 week year 1 year resolution?
I literally made none because I was thinking, like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. Like, everyone started saying how 2020 was gonna be the year, and then look at what happened. So I had seen somewhere on Twitter, some guy was saying that he wants to give his all this year, and I replied, just make sure that this year doesn't give it all to you this time. So I never made any resolution. Just my resolutions are the ones from last year because I never did anything.
So so you
And what's your
so you chose not to make one because last year shit went bad. It's a fair enough.
Yeah,
Better
I'm
than
not,
some
I'm not tempting fate like that.
fair enough. Better not jinx it. Joel, do you have like a New Year's resolution, or are you just also don't care?
I've never had one to begin with. I've never had a New Year's resolution.
Am I really semi-normal person here? I always have like a New Year's resolution, and it lasts like about a week, and then it just ends. Like I'm just like, yeah, I'm too tired. Like it'll be like, oh yeah, I should eat more healthy. I should like watch what I eat more, and or like do some shit. Be like, yeah, I should drink less alcohol. I tried that. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I don't know. New Year's resolutions just they never seem to work.
Like for me, I've always had the thought of if you why wait to New Year's to have a resolution? If you have the thought process, why don't do it then?
Because I don't know. Because everyone else has their New Year's. It's peer pressure, man. It's peer pressure. You all
Be weird.
Yeah. You all collectively decide that you're gonna make ridiculous claims that are probably not gonna last. Like people always have like such like really dumb claims. People will be like, yeah, I'm gonna stop smoking. Like I'm gonna go cold turkey, or I'm gonna like do the like things that are so unrealistic. You just know that it's a New Year's resolution because it's stupidly unrealistic and it's only gonna last a week. I feel like that's become a requirement. Like if you actually have a realistic New Year's resolution, it's weird.
So the only realistic resolution is to have no resolution at all.
Yeah, see, that's a okay. I guess that works. Uno reverse card. But anyway, with the new year coming and 2020 kind of drawing to a close, and like things are starting to go back to normal, kinda, because going back to schools, a lot of places are reopening, at least around here. and with like a vaccine on the horizon and shit. 2020 is and Trump out of the White House. That's gonna piss some people. 2020 is looking pretty good. So there's some things to look forward to. Now, I legitimately actually don't want Trump to leave. I want him to,
Why?
because I want it to be like a big spectacle where he gets dragged out. Like,
Yeah, I definitely like to see that.
yeah, exactly. It sounds really mean, but
Going out with a bang.
yeah, but still, like,
Yeah.
you see, like I feel like we've been looking at the states for so long, and it's primarily because of Trump. Like when Biden gets elected, when Biden gets into office, we're just gonna forget about U.S. for like the next couple of years again, because there's gonna be no drama. There's gonna be no drama. We're not gonna hear we're not gonna hear that. Oh, Biden went and had a sleepover with Kim Jong Un. Oh shit! We're not gonna hear all this random shit. It's gonna be very chill. Like even his because I saw his like presidential speech when he got elected. When they announced it, and I was like, oh my god, it's so vanilla. Like I'm so it's the most presidential thing I've ever heard. I'm like, nah, man, come on. I'm used to Trump with his disregard for protocol and shit.
Everything.
Yeah, he just talks random stuff. So it's a little sad. Cause
Yeah, I remember those first few weeks after Uhuru was elected, how he was running around without his bodyguards knowing.
yeah,
I think it was like the first week.
like
The first week he got elected.
our president got elected. Like this is how you know Kenya's bloody weird, man. Our president got elected. Like the first couple of weeks, instead of like reveling in his victory, he was like, you know what, nah, I'm gonna escape my bodyguards and I'm gonna go get drunk and get caught by the police. It was such a funny story, and you could just I remember imagining being the cop that's stopping a random car. You're like, this guy is drunk, clearly. And then the window rolls down and it's the goddamn
It's
president.
him.
And you're like,
What do I do?
you know
I
what?
think that's also one. That's not even what happened. I remember what happened. He went to some place where he could eat, like in the middle of the night, those clubs that serve food. Then the people that were there, they're like, this looks familiar. What? Familiar? It can't be him. There's no way it's him. Oh my god, it's him. And then that's when the cops suddenly swarmed the place, and then I think he was dragged out or something.
Oh
No
man.
president getting dragged out. That's an interesting.
Say
I
what you
was
will.
actually thinking, like, how did the head of security actually try to explain to the first lady, like, we have no idea where he is at the moment, but rumor has it he's in this place. Like, how do you explain that to your wife?
I would laugh if I hear that the police got noticed by someone taking a picture for Hulu, like on IG or something like that. I would laugh my head off.
Snapchat stories are like, that's a president.
Yeah, it's
Or maybe he took a selfie and his face popped up there. Who knows?
so we have a pretty interesting president. But yeah.
Yes, political leaders around the world are just amazing. Because when you had said that thing about like Biden going on a sleepover, it reminded me of some random story I'd seen a few weeks ago. Like I was just browsing on the internet. Then I'm hearing some like anti-gay Hungarian minister was caught in a 25-man orgy, and then after that he retired. I'm like, wow, okay. Like that guy went out with a bang. But what really made me laugh was the fact that
Yeah, I
it
told
has
you
to be
that.
25. Like one person wasn't enough for you.
And apparently the reason why he was so major was because he was against LGBT. Like,
Exactly.
and
That's the reason it was so popular.
and he was caught in an oh man, but that was funny. It's funny. Like it just shows you like world leaders are pretty much just the same as us. Like they just there's no difference. Like everyone thinks like there's something special that makes world leaders or people in power, but like nah. They're just average people. They're just some are actually
There's
below
nothing
average.
average about that story. Like the only thing I got, I understood that being closeted and everything, but 25. Why were they so goddamn many?
Hey man, I don't know man. Maybe that's how. Maybe that's the only way it makes sense to him. Who knows? Who knows? Kings are weird, man. Kings are weird. Everyone has
They
everyone.
really are.
Yeah, everyone has kings. And anyway, it's fine. I guess. Uh, man. So this has been a really random podcast.
I'm
Uh,
proud to say that it's been the most random, I'm assuming.
yeah. It's been even for our standards, it's been pretty random. But it's somehow fitting that we started off talking about naked people, and we're ending talking about naked people. Full circle.
Full
Yeah.
circle. A clean run.
Yeah, perfect. We've completed the journey. Ended up right back where we started. Uh,
As the numbers of naked people increase. That was the only thing.
yeah. We've gone from 5 to 25. God damn it. I'm just imagining for someone who's listening in, and they kind of skip over, like they listen to half the podcast and then they skip to the end. If you do that, by the way, fuck you, go back and listen to it all. But it was just someone just skipping over to this part and hearing us just talk about naked people. We're like, wait, what happened? Uh,
Talks out of context, right?
oh yeah, like if we ever get really popular, I am 100% sure there's gonna be a shit ton of our statements that will just be taken completely out of context and they'll just be spammed everywhere. I am 100% sure. This is the kind of shit that comes back to bite you in the ass because podcasts are just so unfiltered. You just say whatever you want to say. A lot of shit will just come
Yeah.
back.
Totally.
But anyway.
Especially me, since I'm gonna go to finance.
Oh yeah, definitely. uh, thankfully, Kenyans don't listen to a lot of podcasts, so you should be safe. There's very little chance that your future boss will have listened to this. Oh, and will actually recognize your voice. Oh,
Yeah.
so we've been now going pretty much almost 2 hours. There's like 10 minutes left, and I think we should wrap this up. Uh, thank you, Ollie, for joining us and for having this random discussion. I remember I tried getting you on like on Friday, but it was so short notice. And we had to push
Yeah,
it
I
to
couldn't do
today.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just because of how we did things. Like and on that morning, I did not actually know that I was going to record. Like halfway through the day, I was just like, "We need a podcast," and that's how these things happen. By the way, it's pretty random. When specifically we record, I just texted John. I was like, "Yo, we're having a podcast today, and we're gonna have Oliver as our guest, and I texted you. You were like, "Oh, could we push it to Saturday?" I was like, yeah, "Okay, fine." So we're doing this on Saturday then, which is today, I guess. But anyway, it's good because we ended up doing this on a new year, so
It is.
we can talk shit about 2020. It's left the room, and we don't have to feel bad. Uh, so yeah, thank you for joining us. I hope you had a good experience here. Um, I look forward to seeing your apology tweets on Twitter after this video airs.
So really refuse to apologize for anything. What I said is true and unfiltered.
Yep. So anyway, thank you. You, oh yeah. You can plug your stuff if you want.
Oh, my handles.
Yeah.
Sure. Can you write? Do you guys have like a description somewhere?
Yes. It will be in the description.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll put it there. It'll be easier because I don't even remember them offered.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, Joel, anything you wanna say as we wrap up?
Haters continue hating. Bring in the hate. I love the hate.
God fucking damn it! Now we just seem like a bunch of what are they called? Masochists. God damn it. But yes, haters, please hate. We need the publicity. We need the views.
No, man. My policy is fight toxicity with toxicity.
Yeah, I like that policy.
It's a pretty good policy. So if by some goddamn miracle you've listened to all that shit and you're at the end of the podcast, thank you. If you I'm gonna do the lame YouTube thing of like subscribe, like okay, you can actually like the pod, just subscribe and just listen to it. Okay, cool, bye.
Subscribe, follow.
Yeah, follow Oliver's links will be in the description, and that's pretty much it. Our outro is gonna be awkward as fuck as usual. So, Joe, the floor is yours.
I got no outro, man. Like, hey, viewers, have a nice day or night, wherever you're listening.
Okay, that was semi-normal, so I'm just gonna have this little part, and I'm just gonna cut randomly, so it's much more awkward. And okay, come.
Oh, wow, you have to make it awkward. All right, cool.